Hey crossword fans! Today we're going to be solving the New York Times crossword for Thursday, June 20th, 2024. Alright, let's get started. One across, evidence collector for short. I think they must be looking for crime scene investigator here. Let's see if we can build down. Brand for bakers. Is this a brand of flour? For bakers. I'm not sure what they're asking for here. Get bronze. Are they talking about winning a bronze medal? Or is this talking about getting a tan? It feels like it's being tricky. Mens rea, for example. I know this is a Latin phrase that means consciousness of guilt. What would that be an example of? Is it intent? I suppose that could be. Neighbor of New York abbreviated. There's a lot of states that border New York. There's Pennsylvania, Vermont, Connecticut, New Jersey, neighbor of New York. All of those would have two-letter abbreviations. This must be asking for a Canadian neighbor of New York. I think it's going to be Ontario. That's very tricky. Get bronze. You know what? I think this is about tanning. I think it's going to be suntan. That is super tricky. Homecoming of a sort. And this is wordplay. What's another way to think about homecoming? Sun? Brand for bakers. What do we have here? This might be our first theme answer. We have circles. Breath. It's not inhalation. Interesting. Trial figure. Trial. Like a legal trial? It's not a juror. Kids menu go with? I would want this to be like a crayon. I'm not sure. Lorelei's place of business on Gilmore Girls. I love Gilmore Girls. Wasn't it the Dragonfly Inn? Maybe it's just an inn. Let's see if that's right. Bowling pin shaped creature of Al Cap cartoons. Oh yes, what were these called? Was it a snood? Is that right? I know that's a hairnet. I think it might also be these creatures. They're little white creatures from Lil Abner. Is it snood? I'm not sure if that's right. Something and? There's two N's. Tio? It feels like something's wrong here. What the March Hare dips his watch in. I love this scene. This is T. Okay. Airport acquisitions. Acquisitions. Is this something a person would acquire at an airport? Leading to normative. That seems like it has to be hetero. That's right. This is not a snood. I think it's a schmoo. We were sort of in the same neighborhood. So I think this is going to be heteronormative. And then, airport acquisitions. Still no idea. Subject line abbreviation, that's attention. Process of cell division. Oh god, I have to think back to my biology class. Isn't it mitosis? Is this not hetero? I'm pretty sure it's mitosis. Cell division. Inspiration for an essay writer. Well, this could be anything. Technology used in seafloor mapping. Okay, that seems like it has to be sonar. I think that does confirm hetero. You know, it almost looks like this wants to be intimation instead of inhalation. So we would be replacing Hal with Tim? I mean, they're both male names. That's kind of interesting. And we have Anne here. That's a female name. Huh. Kids menu go with. So the answer doesn't really fit the clue in these theme answers. You have to swap out this name with a different name to get the actual answer. That doesn't really help much. Although we did want this to be crayon, right? And that would be R-A-Y, Ray. Okay, that's another name. So maybe that's what it is. Canon. So they're words that have a name in them. And then if you swap out a different name, it makes a different word. Okay. So this has got to be steno, a stenographer. And this must be Crisco, shortening. So this is run. Homecoming. Oh my god, it's coming home in baseball. You get a run. That's pretty cheeky. Itinerant. I suppose this could be a noun. It could be a nomad. E-I-O? Is it meiosis? Did I have the wrong term there? Meiosis. So this could be stamps on your passport. This has got to be prompts, essay prompts, reaching across. So it's not spanning. Is it straddling? That doesn't fit. US city where the frozen margarita was invented. I don't know this off the top of my head. That's interesting. Frozen margarita. You would think it would be somewhere in the south, but maybe it's a surprise answer. Transports not allowed on highways in brief. What is it, like ATVs? Yeah, maybe. I don't think you can ride an ATV on the highway. Let's see if that's what it is. Kind of electrons on the outermost shell of an atom. Now I have to think about my physics class. Is it valent? Valence? Is that right? Valence? Let's see if that's right. Vapes lack. You don't have ash if you smoke a vape. Protection against tampering. That should be a seal. Marathoner's focus? Oh, this is a theme answer. Oh god. I would want it to be pace, but PAC is not a name. Dancer's Hall. H-A-U-L. What would a dancer gather? Hiking gear chain. That's R-E-I. Huh. Hanger on. So is it like a fan? I don't know. Boy, this is a tricky little section to build into. Most lachrymose. Lachrymose means teary, so I guess it's going to be teariest. Nice, alright. So is it half? Marathoner's focus. I guess it could be, but what would the actual answer be? Oh, wait a minute. This is where Hal went. We have the Hal that should be in intimation. So that means this should be T-I-M, so it should be time. And this is hail. Okay, so, and we wanted this to be Ray for crayon. So that means this should be A-N-N. Reaching across. It really should be spanning. Oh, I did not spell this word correctly. This should be a prompt. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was asking for a plural there. Okay. So this is spanning. Dancer. Oh my god, it's talking about the reindeer. Santa's reindeer dancer. Dancer would be hauling Santa's sleigh. That's very funny. Hanger on. Is it a leech? Wild ingredient in some beers. I think there's wild yeast. So is this Dallas? That would make sense. Over it could be blasé. Fancy few. Fancy few. I'm not even sure what this is asking for. Is it a few people that are fancy? Is it about wanting only a few things? This is very tough. Monk's style. Style? Is this a proper noun somehow? Gullible. Okay, that should be naive. Kind of. A bit. Symbol of industry. Is there one thing that symbolizes industry? I don't know. Slop spots. It's not troughs. Is it about slop for a pig? It's not styes. Get out of Dodge. It seems like it should just be leave. So this could be Leah, right? Least? We still don't know what this answer is, though. Fancy few. Very tricky. Industry. Slop spots. Boy. In reserve. So this is something that's saved. Smooth. Ooh, this could be a noun or a verb. Something to pick up at will call. I remember seeing will call counters, I think at stadiums. Don't you pick up tickets there? Tickets. Maybe it's a ticket, singular. Yes, that looks really good. So what name could be here? Eli? Maybe Allie, because this could be alive. And then what would that give us here? A-list. Fancy few. It's a few fancy people. Wow, that was really tricky. Smooth. I would want this to be sleek. So I guess that gives us styes, i.e. it was talking about pigsties. Oh, this is busy as a bee. It's an industrious insect. Okay. Boa you wouldn't want around your neck. I think an anaconda is a boa, right? You definitely wouldn't want that around your neck. In reserve. Shouldn't that be on ice? So maybe this is slick instead of sleek? There we go. Wowzers, an equivalent phrase. I guess it could be oh my god. Loud kiss? That's a smack. Went from a trot to a canter, say. That should be sped up. Alright, so this is our next theme answer. Walked for a cause. Is it picketed? That would give us Ted over here. Okay, we're getting the hang of this. Issue in a group project, perhaps. I suppose someone with a big ego would cause an issue. So is it oh my gosh? Very informally? Yeah, maybe. Deal, another equivalent phrase. Done. Letters on an organic label. That's got to be the USDA. Dope. This kind of outdated slang could be fat. And this is eat, partake of, yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see if we can get this name here. Prisoner's reprieve. Wouldn't that be a stay of execution? I don't know. A reprieve. A pardon? Ooh, dawn. Picked on. It's 2 words now. And this would be parted. Okay. Eccentric. I really want that to be Dottie. That's a fun answer. President during the era of good feelings. Ooh. I don't remember what era of history this is. Era of good feelings. I want to say it's maybe sometime in the 1800s. That doesn't really narrow it down. Sidekick of 1950s TV. Sidekick. T-O. It doesn't really narrow it down too much. Oh, okay. It looks like we just hit the revealer. Commercial identifiers, or what 4 pairs of answers must do in order to match their clues. Commercial identifiers. It's got to be something about names, right? So if we put in names, it's got to be about swapping or changing place somehow. I don't know what this first word is going to be. Take baby steps. Is it about making small progress? Roger's cousin. More wordplay. I wonder if this is making a joke about the word Roger as in, I understand. Could it be yes, sir? Let's see here. He played Mary Richards' boss at WJM-TV. I don't know what television series this is referencing. I'm going to guess that it was Ed Asner, just because he fits. Former parent company of NBC. I do know that was RCA. Dress down. This could be scold. If you dress someone down, you're scolding them. Like some clocks, there are atomic clocks. Have a way with words. More wordplay. And it's not a way with words, it's a way with words. So I guess this is about someone not talking, have a way with words. It's not relent, is it? Accessibility Law Initials. Americans with Disabilities Act. So maybe it's delete. You're taking words away from a text. Enhances, adds to. So we have, is this cousin it? TV relative who wears a bowler hat and sunglasses, that's right. And CEO, position held by a woman at roughly 10% of Fortune 500 companies. Okay, well, yes, sadly that sounds right. Certain Ivy Leaguer, that's got to be an Eli at Yale. Calculations often expressed with a plus or minus. Calculations. It's not sums, right? You wouldn't use a minus to make a sum. Would you? I suppose maybe. Maybe a sum isn't strictly addition. Maybe it's addition and subtraction. Let's see if that's right. Take baby steps. Commercial identifiers. I don't know about sums. Oof, man. Name associated with blue ribbons. That should be Pabst. They make the beer Pabst Blue Ribbon. Monk's style. This must be talking about Thelonious Monk. It was a hidden proper noun. So I guess his style was bebop. On the lam. We're running away. 5 sums. That should be pentets, right? So I'm gonna take sums out. I don't think this is right. Take baby steps. Yeah, it's actually about how a baby would walk. It's gonna toddle. Or shouldn't it be toddle with D's? Because they're toddlers, right? So is this pentads, not pentets? Toddle? What is this? Staff note. I suppose that's a memo, a memorandum to your staff. This has got to be Monroe. I guess it was early 1800s? Okay. This is Tonto. That's the Lone Ranger's sidekick. So this is trade names. That makes sense. I don't know why I couldn't come up with that. So This is odds. Oh, I guess in betting, something can be plus or minus. I don't really gamble, so I don't know exactly how that works, but I have heard that before. All right, well, let's go ahead and throw this D in there and see if that'll do it for us. Okay, a Thursday puzzle in 25 minutes. That was a pretty tough Thursday solve. This did end up being a pretty cool theme though. Our revealer is trade names, and that's literally what we have to do in order to make sense of our theme clue and answer pairs. Yeah, it really took us a while to get the hang of this theme. I think we needed to get both of these first two examples filled in before we really understood what was going on. And boy, this top corner was quite the review of my high school education. We had biology, some English vocab, lachrymose, and valence electrons. I think my favorite clue of the puzzle, though, was this hidden proper noun here. This one is dastardly. Thelonious Monk's style, bebop. Very, very nice. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed trading names with me on this Thursday solve. And I think that's gonna do it for now. All right, I'll see you next time.